Hello and welcome to beautiful Crossfield, Alberta. Playoff lacrosse action just around the corner here as we get ready to rumble the Chill and the Silvertips. In between the pipes for the Silvertips, we are going to have Jacob Orr. 12 games played so far in the regular season for him. 7.78 save percentage, 8.7 goals against average so far for him with 8 assists. On the other side of the floor, it is going to be Mr. Dane Matson. 6 games played so far for him. 7.85 save percentage, 9 goals against, and 5 assists. We are just moments away. Face-off about to happen here. Sticks hitting the floor. Here we go. Silvertips get first possession. Shebeck with it in the corner, walks it out to center. He's going to spin back with it. He'll have it up high, passing it back out. Down the left side, Cole Twite with it. Twite back to Cullen, back to Twite again. Twite walks in, good save by Matson. Schrader tries to go for the rebound. It'll end up rolling all the way back out to Twite. Loose once more, Schrader picking it up. Cullen now. Cullen passing that one down low. All the way across. Schrader charging in. He'll put that one on goal. And a player gets knocked down in front. We'll get a quick whistle. And now they'll head the other way. Pushing into the offensive zone. Good chance by the Chill. Shot by Baxter Graff. And we'll end up back up high once more. In the corner. Walking it back out to center. Brett Kohut with it. Passing it inside. Wallace with the shot. Or at least he tried to. He'll end up back in the corner again. On the stick now of Ethan Dumoulin. Ends up back up high. Blocked in front by Zach Levine. Chill. Running out of time on the shot clock. That'll get blocked in front by Orr. And now we'll see the Silvertips moving back up the floor. Getting it over center now. This one on the stick of Tyler Montgomery. Montgomery up high. On the far side, loading up. That's Newhook. He'll walk in and fire. Good save by Matson. And now the Chill head the other direction. All the way down the floor, missing on that pass. It'll end up in the corner and picked up by Bannister. Up high with it once more. Bateman. He'll pass it back out. As the Chill try and set up an offense. Takes the shot from far outside. Not quite able to keep it on the right side of the floor. It'll end up all the way back down. And we'll see the Silvertips get an offensive possession here. Still 0-0. Shots 3-1 favoring the home Silvertips. Schrader having it up high here. Back across to Montgomery. Schrader again. Schrader down the left side. He's going to charge in for the shot. It'll be another good save from Matson. Or excuse me, I believe that's actually Easton Martin in between the pipes, as I'm just now checking the number again. That's my bad, folks. I believe on the box score down there, they actually had Matson, which is a little confusing, meaning the Chill could have made a last-second change there. Regardless, I do believe that's Martin in between the pipes, as that ball ends up in the stands here. And the Chill will get it back up high. Down the right side of the floor now. Dumoulin passes this one back across to DaCosta into the corner now. Working their way all the way across. Trying to set up a shot. Back across again. This time on the stick of Bateman. Bateman back over to Dumoulin. In the corner, looking for a teammate. He'll fire himself, but that'll be another good save from Orr, as neither goaltender has let up anything yet in this one. Fuster takes it over center, passing this one back out. Cullen now. Tries to work off a screen from Nate Shebeck. Unable to lose his defender, and it'll end up on the far side now. Newhook. He's going to walk around a few defenders, passing it to Shebeck, who fires, but that one just a touch left. Moving back up the floor now. Kohut sends a long pass that'll end up on the stick of Penoyer. Penoyer needs to get rid of it, facing tough pressure, but he'll find a teammate. Shukat now with it. Shukat able to dodge pressure. Wallace pushing in, but it'll end up missing on the pass to Sardison. Chill in the corner with it. Now on the stick of Bannister. Bannister, flying shot there. But they'll end up, I believe, saying he might have had a foot down as there was a hand in the air there. And now Isaac Nickel's going to take it the other way. Nickel passes it back out. With it up high as they try and set up their offense once more. 10-second shot clock. Passing it all the way across to Montgomery. He'll end up losing it. They have to shoot. And he'll just end up dumping it into the corner, and that'll do it for that possession. Chill now moving back up the floor. On the left side. Charging in. He has a lane, but he'll end up getting taken down, walking into a double team. Able to stay up. DaCosta on the left side. Takes a hit. Ball back out. Long shot off the shoulder of Oren into the netting. Chill taking it in the corner. Trying to set up their offense from the left side now. Wallace. Wallace back over to Dumoulin. Dumoulin down the right side, takes a few whacks. Back inside, trying to hit, I believe, the stick of Brody DaCosta, but he wasn't able to find him. Wallace playing some physical lacrosse here. Pushing his way in. Able to beat the defender. Walks in, fires, but puts it right over the net. In the corner now, both teams fighting for it. Will end up getting just rolled towards Orr, who's now going to try and find a teammate with it. Back up high. Down the right side with it. Tips back out to center. Schrader over to Twite. Twite looking for a teammate. Finds a cut man in Schrader, but he wasn't able to get the shot off. Cullen picking it back up at center. Steal by the Silvertips. Takes a few whacks in the process. Cullen able to make something with it. Ends up back outside. Montgomery not quite able to set anything up as he missed on the reception. Now breakaway chance. Charging in. Orion Sardison scores. The Chill grabbing the first one of the series as Orion Sardison starting the game strong for the Chill. As it took about 6 minutes, but we finally have our first goal of the game here. And it came on a breakaway by the Chill. Orion Sardison able to get behind the defense of the Silvertips. And just like that, we have a lead. Back outside, Shebeck with it. He's going to take his time. Down the right side, that's Nickel. Nickel back outside again to Twite. Twite on the left side, trying to work off a screen from Schrader. Schrader misses on the reception, and now we'll see it charged the other way by the Chill. With it up at center. Passing it back across again onto the stick of Shukat. Shukat down the left side, looking for options. Ends up finding a cutting Wallace. Wallace walks in and takes out the net. But unfortunately, you have to score with the ball, not your body, so we'll stay at 1-0. The Chill with it on the outside again. New shot clock. Bannister. Outside. Inside. Trying to find Sardison. It's picked off, and it'll end up bouncing all the way back out to center here. Down the right side with it. Bannister. Bannister spinning off the defender. Sends this one back outside now. He's up finding a teammate. Shukat able to get the shot off, but Orr with a good save. Now the Silvertips move back up the floor. It'll end up on the stick of Fredrickson, who gives it to Montgomery. Montgomery now down the right side. Shebeck trying to give him a screen. Back up high to Schrader, down the left side instead. New hook. Back to, Shebeck. Montgomery. With it now, running out of time. He needs to fire and knows it. Walks it and fires, but puts it over the net. And now the Chill head the other direction. They'll go for a run. Can he beat the defense? It looks like he'll decide that he can't. He finds a lane instead. Dives for it. But I think he might have had a foot down. Takes out the goaltender in the process. And now the Silvertips try and head the other way. Mondragon able to get over center. Cullen. Now down, I believe, the left side. Twite over to Cullen again. Over into the corner. Shebeck has a lane. He'll take it. Fires, but that'll be a good save by Martin. Long pass here. Finds a charging, I believe, Dane O'Connell. It's the Chill trying to set up here. Passing it back across. The Chill. 10 seconds on their shot clock. Passing it in front. They have a man. He'll fire, but that'll be a good stick save by Orr. As Hudson James is going to march this back over center. Looking for a teammate, and he'll find one. Down the right side with it, Nickel. Nickel. Back across to Cullen, to Montgomery in the corner. Now down the left side, Graydon Clark. In front, Twite fires. That one going right into the crest of Martin. Martin will pass it back up. Kohut with it. And he's going to take his time. Finds a teammate up high on the right side. That's Bannister. Bannister passes this one into Dumoulin. Dumoulin down low, walking in, firing. That one going right in between the arm and the body of Orr, able to squeeze them together and make the stop. Walking this one back out to center now. Down the right side. Shebeck over to Twite. Or excuse me, that's Newhook. Newhook facing some pressure. The captain coming in to help him out. Shebeck fires that one low, but Martin gets on top of it. And that will be our first stop of this one. So we will be right back with you after this short break. All right, welcome back. Chill starting with the ball in their own zone. They'll rush it all the way up. 9:50 remaining in this one. 1-0 Chill after the first 10. They'll have it in the corner. Wallace trying to fight his way out of it. And they'll find a cut man down the middle, Sardison, but not able to beat the goaltender. Now a rush the other way for the Tips. Charging down the floor, Myris finds Fredrickson. Can he fire? No, he cannot, as I don't know if he had two hands on his stick. The Chill now are going to try and head the other direction with it back up high. Down the left side, it'll end up shot into the boards. And he'll get pushed around down there. We've got some fighting. It looks like the Silvertips are going to come out on top of it as Fuster takes it back over center and is going to start looking for a teammate. With it now, that's Cullen. Cullen firing that one. Good save by Martin. Martin passes it out to a teammate. Down the left side with it now. In the corner. Trying to set something up. Wallace passes it back out to Sordison. Down the left side, Graff. They'll try and fire that one, but I think it might have deflected off a stick and gone into the netting. The Silvertips are going to head back down the floor again. Levine with it on his stick. Passing it back to Montgomery now. Down the right side. Montgomery with it up high, passing it over to Schrader, who ends up finding Newhook. Newhook taking some pressure here, able to evade the defender. Back outside again, Montgomery over to Schrader, who tries the quick shot, but he wasn't able to find the net. Will end up all the way down the floor. It'll be an over and back call. Montgomery will leave it there, and we'll get to see the offense returning to the floor for the Chill. Still 1-0. Trying to find a way to increase their lead over the Tips. Down the right side, Chill pushing in, not able to put that on goal, as it'll end up back with Fuster of the Silvertips. Tips walk it over center now. This one ends up with Cullen. Cullen passes in for Shebeck, who charges in, but I don't know if he was able to hit the goaltender with the shot. And now the Chill head the other direction. Charging down the left side with it. Trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Wallace. Wallace facing some pressure, but he's able to keep them at bay. With it on the left side now. Passing it back up high to Bateman. Bateman into the corner for Bannister. Bannister thinks about the shot. Back to Bateman. Back across again. Sardison fires. That one right on goal. 2-0 Chill, as they have started this game on fire. Coming up the QE2 to Crossfield and catching the Silvertips off guard. As we get ready for the next face-off here, 7:01 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Chill here, as the team from Calgary has really come to play here. Nickel with it up high. Back down the right side. Ends up finding Shebeck. Shebeck tries to pass it back out and will. Finds Twite. Twite spinning off the defender. Looking for something. Fires it. It's loose in front, but they get a lucky bounce as it doesn't go in the net and just barely sneaks by the right post. The Chill heading the other direction once again. Bateman. Bateman. Back over to Wallace. Wallace. That one fired right into Orr as it ends up covered up. It was a bouncing ball, but thankfully they were able to find it before it ended up anywhere bad. Levine with it back up high. Back to Montgomery now. Montgomery working off a screen. Trying to find a lane. Not able to hit Cullen. Back up high to Newhook now. Newhook walks in. Fires that one wide. Ends up loose up high and stolen back by the Chill. The Chill now down the left side. They have a 3-on-2. Passing it across. They'll fire. They'll score. Cash Bannister. 3-0 Chill. As the Chill's point leader gets one for himself here. A massive goal as the Chill have really been able to grab momentum here. As we are waiting for something here, the box is having a quick conversation with the referee. 5:45 still remaining in the first period here. Now 3-0 Chill. Silvertips still looking for their first of the game. Chill trying to head down the right side, running into Caius Adams, who's going to end up sending him into the bench. Wow, taking a visit. He'll leave through the door. Having a quick conversation with the bench. The Chill score! All behind it. I was so distracted I didn't even see it. The Chill take advantage of a little bit of action behind the scenes there. Holy smokes, that might be the one time your happier player gets sent into the opponent's box. As we get a quick whistle after the face-off. And it'll be picked back up by Nickel. Nickel sending it to the corner now. Down the left side, Shebeck with it. Shebeck into Colin. Colin fires. That one loose in front, and it'll be quickly scooped up. Now the Chill heading the other direction. Charging in. And they'll end up putting it back up high. Back in the corner now on the stick of Kohut. Kohut is going to walk it in himself. Passes it back out. Up high once more. Chill trying to fire this one, and it'll end up going into the netting. Or not quite. I believe it stayed low. Kohut with the shot. Puts it just over the crossbar. Silvertips will get possession here in the offensive zone of the Chill as they'll start in the close right corner. Shebeck with it. Passing it back out. It'll end up picked off, and now the Chill head the other way, and he's going for a run. Can he outrun the defense? Pushing his way in, firing just over the net. And it'll be picked back up by the Tips, and they'll head the other way, as they need to get their offense going quick here. Still a donut on the board for them. Montgomery on the right side. Firing this one. Will end up wide. Chill will end up stealing this one back as it ends up back up high as they move into the offensive zone. Down the left side. Pushing their way in. Fakes the shot. Pushes his way back out. Now on the stick of Bateman. Back to Wallace again. Running out of time. Walks in through two defenders. He'll end up losing it. They'll try and put it over Orr. Passing it in front. Wallace is there. He fires. He scores. What a play by the Chill as they make it 5-0. Just 17 minutes into the game. Face-off will end up being won by the Chill before stolen back by the Tips. Caius Adams with it on the right side. Passing it over to Cullen. Cullen into the corner for Shebeck. Shebeck down the right side. Tries to find the cut man there. Misses on the pass. Cullen gets it anyway. Cullen back across to Clark. Fires that one off the right hand, I believe, of Martin, before getting launched back up high, and Twite will get clobbered in the boards there. Fighting for possession. Finally, Twite loses it before knocking it back over, but I believe it'll be an over and back call. It'll be picked up back up now by the Chill. We'll take it back into the offensive zone. Graff with it. Graff looking at his options. Fights off a defender. Takes it to the corner before passing it back out. It'll end up back up high. The Chill now in the right corner. Trying to rush his way in. He has a lane. He'll fire. He'll score. Holy smokes. What a start for the Chill, as they have started on fire here today, showing exactly why many believe that they have the best offense in Junior B lacrosse. Picking this one up in the corner. He'll end up back up high. Bounced off the stick of Fuster. Fuster over to Shebeck. Shebeck down the right side to Nickel. Nickel fakes out the defender. Fires and scores. Silvertips finally get themselves on the board here. And that is a massive one, as a few of their players go over and give a pat to Jacob Orr, letting him know that they got him. It's a big hill to get back into this one. But they've still got 2 periods left to go. All they have to do is get momentum back. Down the right side. In the corner now. This one on the stick of Graf. Graf walking it back up. Rushing his way in. Takes the diving shot. He'll score. Graf grabbing number 7. Or excuse me, I think I have the wrong player here. I think that's Brett Kohut. I apologize for that. Kohut grabbing number 7 for the Chill. As with that face-off, we're right back in it. The Tips picking it up at center. And into the corner we go. Nickel firing that one just right. And it'll end up on the stick of Shebeck, who sends it over to Schrader. Schrader walking in, into Twite. Twite fires and scores. Tips grabbing number 2 here. Both teams scoring at will, as with just a minute remaining in the first period, it's a little bit closer of a game. This face-off, one back into center. Running for it will be Kohut, but he won't be able to find it for the Chill. Back the other way now. That'll end up on the stick of Brunton. Brunton takes a few whacks in the arm. Trying to find a teammate and will. Back over to Clark. Clark will slow things down and wait for Twite to get on the floor. Back over. Twite fires that one just over the net. And it'll end up flying into the netting, and I think the Chill are going to get this one back. 50 seconds remaining here. It'll end up back up high on the stick of Wallace. Wallace fires that one and scores. Number 8 for the Chill, as their offense has just been electric tonight. And the Silvertips are certainly going to have a lot to talk about, as we are just 40 seconds away from the first intermission. They are going to have to reconsider a few things. They'll end up giving this one back over to the Tips. Nickel picking it up, passing it over, and scoring. I believe Cam Fuster putting that in. Tips grabbing number 3. And there's been plenty of action in the last little bit on both sides of the floor. The issue for the Silvertips quickly becoming not offense, but defense, as they need to shut down this Chill team if they want to get back in it. As now 8-3 is the score. 30 seconds remaining in the first. We'll see what else happens in the final half minute of play in the first period. Passing this one into Fuster. Looking for number 2. He fires it, but not quite able to find it. Rebound is there for Caius Adams, but he's going to get launched into the boards and taken down. Shebeck trying to find it, but we've got a hand in the air here. Chill picking it up, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty here. It looks like a holding call, and I don't believe the Chill are going to be too happy about it. But a pretty good chance here for the Silvertips. We're now down by quite a bit and are going to need every chance they can find to get some offense on the board. Twite with it. Down the left side as they start their rotation. 10 seconds on the clock. This will end up back out with Twite. Cullen walking it out. Shebeck up high, fires that one just right. Shebeck again, fires once more, but it'll be blocked in front, and that will do it for the first frame of the Central Division first round. You're watching here on CROW LAX TV. Do not go anywhere, as we will be right back with you after just 10 minutes. All right, welcome back. Second period, just moments away. Silvertips, Chill. Still 40 minutes remaining in this one. Chill up 8-3. We'll start the second period on the power play with the Silvertips. Still 1:45 remaining in that. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the rest of this one. Jacob Orr remaining in between the pipes, letting up 8 goals in the first period. For the opening face-off of this one, it's going to be Caius Adams and Bray Boyce-Jolie. And with this face-off, even if it takes a moment, oh, we're ready now. Here we go. Silvertips winning this one. Nickel. He's going to pass this one over to Twite. Twite is going to take his time. With it up high, down the right side, passing it back across. Schrader back to Twite now. Twite up high. Inside, Schrader behind the back shot. Misses on that one, as I believe it went into the netting. Chiller going to pick this one up and take it back down the floor. Down the right side, or leaving his crease and using the goalie stick to get a hold of it. And in a situation that could have been bad there, it looked like it got popped out of the goalie stick, but landed on the back of the net, not the front, thankfully for the Silvertips. Clark passes it over to Schrader. Schrader over to Shebeck. Back to Twite now. Twite passing it into the corner. Graydon Clark back out to Twite again. Firing this one, but it'll end up bouncing all the way down the floor. And I believe that'll be an over and back call on the Tips. Picking it up in the corner will be the Chill. I believe it's on the stick of Cameron Wallace. As they pass it inside, but I don't think they'll be able to beat the goaltender there, as I think a foot might have gone down in the inside of the crease. Fuster passing this one all the way back up to Fredrickson, and now to Montgomery. Montgomery into the corner, back across again to Newhook. Newhook back up high once more. Montgomery over to Newhook. Newhook, Montgomery. Back again as they continue to rotate the ball fast. Newhook, Montgomery firing this one, blocked in front, not able to recover it. Now we'll see the Chill on the rush, running down the floor. Can they find the ball? I don't believe they will. It'll end up being Chill ball in the corner. And it'll be picked up, and they'll set up their offense. Bannister firing it low. Good save by Orr. And now they'll push their way down the floor. Back over to Hudson James. James passing it to the captain, Schrader. Schrader into the left corner to Clark. Clark taking his time, trying to work off a screen. Thinks about hitting Schrader. Hits Newhook instead. Newhook finds a lane. Firing. Rebound was there, but Easton Martin able to find it. Graff pushing back up the floor now. Boyce-Jolie passing it inside to Wallace. Wallace pushing in all the way, but he'll be stopped by a kick save by Jacob Orr. And now the Tips head the other direction. 2-on-1, fired by Fuster. Ends up back behind the goal now. Myris trying to find it. I think it'll end up on the stick of Fuster instead. And it'll be shot down the left side. Cole Twite with it. Passing it back out as they try and set something up here. Working their way around. Montgomery back to Shebeck. Shebeck into the corner, inside, trying to hit Twite. Bounces loose, and now we'll see the Chill heading the other direction. Schrader trying to play some defense, but he'll head off the floor right afterwards. And it'll be picked up by Potipko. Potipko tries to pass it across. Chill able to keep it out of their own bench on a high pass. Now down the right side. Working off a screen, passing it inside. He'll fire, but he won't score. Jacob Orr able to stop that one. And now heading the other way, we'll see the Silvertips. Quinton Fredrickson with it. Fredrickson handing it off to Newhook. Passing it back across the floor. Cullen. Back across again. Newhook. Loading up. Waiting for a screen. Passes it outside instead. Cullen. Back to Newhook again. Newhook fires low. Blocked in front. And out into the netting. I think they'll give it back to the Silvertips, it appears. So Shebeck will get it in the corner. Walks off the screen. Tries to hit a cut man in Cullen. But he wasn't able to find him. He'll end up loose along the boards, and the Shill end up recovering it. Pushing their way up the floor now. On the stick of Kohut. Slowing things right on down. Kohut passes it over to Kenny. Kenny down the left side. Ends up finding Wallace, who's going to shove his way in, but ends up getting stripped by Fuster. Wallace with it again. Long shot, blocked in front, still loose, trying to find the rebound. Chill get it, put it on goal. Can Orr find it? It looks like he will. But a shot clock violation might have found them first. Or no, we might actually get a penalty here. I believe Caius Adams is going to go take a seat. And I believe it'll be an illegal cross-checking call going to Adams, giving the Chill their first power play of the game. Chill setting up their offense. Wallace back to Bannister. Bannister to Wallace again. Wallace fires. That one bounced just wide right, and it'll go into the netting. Refs trying to figure out who should get the ball here. They'll give it back to the Shill. Back up high, Bannister. Wallace back over again. Charging in with a chance, but shoulder save by Orr, who's going to try and jump on it behind the net. Won't be able to get there. Chill able to hold on to it again, and they'll try and set something up. 25-second shot clock. Down the right side with it now, Dumoulin. Dumoulin back up high to Wallace, who finds Bannister. Bannister, Dumoulin. Bannister again, back down low. Bannister looks, cross to Wallace, in front, firing that one, putting it off the glove, up high again. They'll try once more. Another save by Orr. It's still loose, trying to push. Here we go, Sardison with another. He'll miss on it, and the Silvertips recover and try and head the other way. Mondragon with it up high. Passing it over to Schrader. Schrader down the right side. Cullen. He's going to wait for some of his teammates to go off for a change. Rockets this one on Martin. And now the Chill heading the other direction. Bannister up high. Down the right side now. Back up high to Bannister. Bannister once again. Looks, fires, stopped by Orr. Hudson James now running the other direction with it. Tries to pass it forward for Myris. Hits James instead. James with it now. He's going to take his time. Passes it across as they try and set up their offense. Montgomery with it over to Clark. Clark over to Newhook. Newhook spins off the defender, finds a lane, pushes in, tries to fire, but is going to miss the net on the try. And now the Chill heading the other way. Taking it over center. It'll be picked right back up. Now Bannister trying to evade the defender. He'll take it down the right side with it. Looks behind the back pass, loose in front. Bannister get with it again, walks in, he'll fire. Good save by Orr and recovery by the defense. Now Brunson passes this one up. Sending it all the way over to Twite. Twite. Right over to Newhook. As the Silvertips trying to set something up here. Down low, can't find Newhook. Needs to fire, but he'll send it right into the netting, and the Chill will get it right back. Holt passing this one over to Kohut. Up high once again. Dumoulin pushing this one forward. Long shot, another save by Orr. Still no goals, I believe, here in the second period. Both teams' goaltenders have shut the door. Dumoulin back outside again to DaCosta. DaCosta, Dumoulin pushing his way in. Tries the spinning shot, but he'll miss on it. Ends up in the corner. Or excuse me, I believe they'll say he hit the net. I think I was wrong on that one, as they do get a new shot clock because of it. Wallace will have it up high, passing it to the corner. Down the right side. That's Bannister. Back up high, sprinting through. Sardison fires. It'll end up flying into the boards. Nobody to contest Bannister getting the rebound. Right in front, Wallace fires. Another save by Orr. And now he might have nickel. Long pass. All the way forward, tries to find Shebeck straight off the bench, but he wasn't able to hit him, and now the Chill the other direction. Sprinting up here, he has a man on the other side. They'll fire, he'll miss. Orr sprawls for it. He'll find it on the other side. Another save by Orr. Chill getting the rebound, and they'll start with it back up high. Finally, we'll slow things down here. Sardison passing it back across, in front, shot, put just over the net by Luke Kenny. In front, they tried a quick shot there, but I believe Shukat couldn't quite pull it off. Now it's back up high. Once again on the stick of Kenny. Kenny looks at it, walks in, fires. That one goes over the net of Orr. And now it'll end up rolling all the way back over center. Sprinting down the floor. Decided he didn't like it, as that was Ryan Williamson there. Ends up back on the stick of Clark. Clark up on the high left corner. Sending this one over to Newhook. Newhook, Clark. Clark trying to work off a screen from the captain. Up high, back over to Newhook, who tried a bit of a odd-looking shot there, but he couldn't pull it off, and that will be a shot clock violation, I believe, on the Chill, as I think we're going to get our media break here. So I think that's as good of a time as any to tell you about one of our sponsors for this entire season in the Battle of the Border, which is back this September in Missoula, Montana. Tour the beautiful University of Montana campus. Learn about the CROW LAX program and full ride scholarships available for Canadians, all while taking part in the annual North vs. South Box Lacrosse Tournament. Learn more today by following us on Instagram at Battle of the Border Lax. As both goaltenders slowly walk back to their nets, we'll get ready to go once again here. It looks like starting with the ball will be Grayson Bateman. He's going to sprint it over half. Passing this one down the right side with Sardison. Back over once again. In front, charging in. What a save by Orr. Feel like I've said that a lot this period, as the Silvertips goaltender has turned over a new leaf since that first period. The Chill recovering it, as I believe they were able to find the loose ball. Holt with it. Holt passes this one over to a teammate, and he'll head off now. Into the corner. Inside to Wallace. Working through the double team. He'll get taken down, and they've got a hand in the air. And it doesn't look too good for the Silvertips. That's going to be a holding call, I believe. This one going to Ryan Williamson. Down the right side, Dumoulin. They'll fire, they'll score. Chill grab one right off the jump here on the power play. That's going to be Grayson Bateman. We'll get ready for another face-off here. 8:30. Bateman finally gets the first score of the second period here. And it'll end up rolling all the way into the offensive zone where it'll be grabbed by Orr. He'll load up and fire, sending this pass over to Caius Adams, now to Bondragon. Down the left side with it. Now on the stick of Twite. Twite. Down the left side, back up high. This one will end up fired, I believe, just left of the post. And now there'll be a chase for the ball, ending up all the way on the net of Orr. They'll send a long pass, able to find Fredrickson. Twite. He'll walk this one down the left side. Charging in is Schrader, who shoots and scores. The captain of the Silvertips, grabbing an important one for the home squad. The Tips still down by 5 here. That much has barely changed over the course of this second period, as they need to go on quite a run here. So far in the second, it's been 1 goal from the Chill, 1 goal from the Silvertips. Both teams have played a very close second, but with how strong of a first period we saw from the Chill, it's going to be hard for the Silvertips to catch up at this pace. Passing this one across, Montgomery. Back up high. Passing it over to Twite. Over to Shebeck again. Over to Newhook now. To Nickel. Back over to Montgomery, who fires that one. And it'll end up being put back on goal one more time by Nickel. But that'll be a good save by Martin. Bateman. Down the left side now. Shukat. Sardison now. He'll pick it up. In front with the shot there, but I think they'll stop it. The Chill trying to pick this one back up, but I think the Tips will get it right back. Walking this one back over center, that'll be Brunson. Schrader with it now. Down into the left corner. Clark with it. Clark with that shot, putting it just over the net. And now the Chill trying to run this ball down. Chasing it into the corner. Rotating this one back up high and onto the stick of Dumoulin. Dumoulin back down the left side with it now. Bannister. Bannister tries to find a man in front, but it'll be stopped and picked up by Orr. Charging down the floor now, Fuster. Tries to send this one to Fredrickson. And it'll be picked up back up high by Twite. On the other side, Silvertips loading up and firing was Montgomery, but that'll be blocked in front and sent back into the corner. Back on goal now, Jacob Orr with it. Sends a long pass, ends up with Mondragon at center. Now down the right side. Schrader looks, fires that one. It's still loose. Both teams trying to recover it. It'll be the Chill who find it. And they'll head back down the floor. Boys Jolie with it. Penoyer Down the left side now. That'll be Cameron Wallace with it. Wallace right across the banister. Firing that one low, and it'll be stopped by Orr. 4:40 remaining in the second period here. Nickel pushing in. Across the way. Finds a man, but he won't be able to beat Martin, who has continued to just look excellent over the course of this game. Passing it over now. Twite. Charging through. Diving shot. Stopped by Martin and recovered by the defense. Back up at center with it. The Chill trying to get it back out. Stolen by Clark, who's going to slow things down, pushing his way in, but he didn't like it, so he's going to spin right back out. Back across now. Cullen into the corner. Back over to Cullen once again. Montgomery over to Clark. Clark fires. That bounce shot goes into the netting. And it looks like the Tips will end up getting this one back. Picking this one up. Passing it back up high. Twite over to Montgomery. Montgomery down the right side. Looks, fires. That one off the top of the shoulder of Martin, who's able to find the rebound. Now we'll see the Chill heading the other direction. Slowing things right on down. Kenny into the left corner. Trying to push through the defender. Mondragon was able to get his stick on the attacker's stick, but he wasn't able to do much more than that. Wallace tries the shot at the shot clock, but it wasn't able to get it on goal, I don't believe. And now we're going to see the Silvertips getting their offense out there. Still 3 minutes remaining in the first. Down the left side, Newhook. Passing it over to Montgomery. Up high, Schrader. Schrader works off the defender. Shebeck firing this one. Loose again. Schrader with it in front, trying to find Montgomery. And it'll end up being a shot clock violation, and now a chance the other way for the Chill. Sardison running in. He's going to push through, but it'll be stopped by Orr, and they'll try and head the other way. Myris with it now. Pushing in. Chance for the Tips, but that'll be a good save by Martin. So they'll end up back up high on the stick of Boyce Jolie. And they'll pass this one back across and into the far left corner. Stolen back by Mondragon. And now the Silvertips heading the other direction. This one on the stick of Brunton. Brunton down the right side. Back up high again to Newhook. Newhook down the left side to Clark. Back up again to Nickel. Nickel firing it low, and it'll be picked up in front by a defender. I believe that'll be Ethan Dumoulin with it. Now charging over center. Baxter Graff trying to take advantage of a lane. Pushing his way through. Back up high, but it'll miss on the pass. Loose. Wallace not able to find it, or will recover. And it looks like we may end up seeing a penalty after all of that. It'll be a 2-minute penalty. Heading to serve for it will be Caius Adams, his second of the game. Picking it up at center now. That'll be Brody DaCosta. DaCosta back over to Dumoulin. Now down into the left side. Long shot, as that'll end up back over the net and picked right back up by the Silvertips. Charging through center now, Fuster. Over to Twite. And the Tips are going to try and waste a little bit of time here. 15 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Twite still with it, passing it back up high. Over to Cullen. Now Twite is going to go run off with it as his teammates get off the floor, allowing the Silvertips defense to get a bit of a head start. Now we'll see the Chill bringing this one back up the floor. Now with DaCosta. DaCosta and Wallace playing pass. Down the right side. Up high, Wallace looks across. He'll fire. He'll score. Orion Sardison with another. The Chill get into double digits. And it looks like after all that as well, we are going to see a penalty, as I think Myris is going to take a seat. .23 seconds remaining here. Chill will get it back on the power play. Down the right side with it. Score is 10-4, favoring the Calgary Chill. They'll probably get one last chance here. With it, Wallace. Back over to DaCosta. Looking for a shot, running out of time. Back across again, Dumoulin. Down low, Wallace looks, fires, but he won't score. And that'll do it for the second period of play. 40 minutes have gone. Still 20 minutes left to go in Game 1 of the Central Division First Round Series. 10-4 is the score, and we'll be right back with you when things continue in just 10 minutes. right, welcome back. Third period action is just around the corner here. 10-4 is the score. 20 more minutes remaining in game one between the Silvertips and the Chill. Nothing is impossible in lacrosse. As everybody knows, teams can go on incredible offensive runs, but it is quite a hill to climb for the Silvertips here today. Starting on the penalty kill as well, it is going to be a tough road for them. That is for sure. Adams will win this one, but it'll be recovered by the Chill and taken into the offensive zone, or excuse me, into their defensive zone, as Nickel is a one-man wrecking crew out there, but he'll end up getting the ball stolen off of him. Heading down the left side with it. Kohut passing this one over. Now with Bateman. Bateman down the right side with it. Back over to Bannister, who gets it right back. And they'll get their offense rotating the ball around. Wallace finds a man inside, or diving across. What a play by the Silvertips goaltender. Back up high with it again will be the Chill. Bateman looking for a teammate. Bannister down low. Long shot, blocked in front. Trying to set something up. Wallace goes cross crease, but he couldn't find Sartison. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. He'll fire. Good save by Orr. It's loose in front, but recovered by Cam Fuster. Ball will still be loose here. Wallace trying to find it as they keep just trying to push it around. Bannister will pick it up. Wallace back up high. Back down low again. Wallace. Up high. Now down the right side. Bannister working with it up top. That'll do it for the power play. Charging through the lane, but gets knocked down by the Silvertips defender. It'll end up in the lane, trying to push their way across. Chill putting it low. Sartison not able to hit the net, and that'll do it for their shot clock. Adams. Now down the left side, over to Cullen. Walking in. Pushing his way through. He has a shot. He'll score. Silvertips grabbing the first goal of the period. Number 5 on the game, coming off the stick of Zach Cullen. As that is certainly a nice start to the period for the Silvertips. Killing off their penalty and then grabbing a goal on the other side of the floor. As Caius Adams waits for Boys Jolie, and we'll get it back underway. Down the right side, it'll be picked right back up by the Chill. And stolen back by Bateman. Bateman passes it over, and it'll end up on the stick of Penoyer. Down the right side now to Sartison. Sartison right over again to DeCosta. And we've got a player down on the floor here. We'll see a goal from the Chill afterwards. And assumingly we're going to get a quick freeze, as we do still have a player down on the floor for the Silvertips. We'll get the trainer out here to check on him and hope that he's okay. It looks like he's going to get back to his feet and get helped off of the floor here with the help of the trainer. It's obviously good to see. We'll keep you updated on everything that happens with that, as I think that is Caius Adams heading off the floor here. Silvertips getting ready for the face-off now. Fuster down with Twite. With the ball now, that's Schrader. Up high is Nickel. Nickel over to Shebeck. Back to Nickel again. He's going to run in, finds a lane, puts it on goal, but not able to beat the goaltender. Shebeck. As I believe this will be given back to the Chill, who will head down the floor with it on the stick of Kohut. Passing this one inside, trying to find the stick of Shukat, but now the Tips heading the other direction. With it now, that's Tyler Montgomery. Montgomery working off the screen, charging in, puts it on goal, rebounds there, but did he get it? I don't believe he did. Silvertips will get it in the corner, as we'll end up back up high with it. On the other side, Nickel, Colin, back to Montgomery again. Montgomery fires this one into the crest of the goaltender. Martin with a nice save. Passing this one all the way down the floor. And we might be getting a penalty here as we see the box opening for the Chill. And it's going to be an illegal substitution on the Chill here as they try and decide who they'll send to the box. And it does look like it'll be Bray Boyce Jolie. So he's going to take a seat. As the ref comes over to have a conversation with the box here, as I think there is a little bit of confusion. I did see the number 4 being held up. 5. Now we're seeing 5. As I don't know exactly what was happening there. I'm assuming it'll just be a 2-minute minor. So I apologize if that was scaring anybody else at home, saying that it could have been 4 or 5, but I think they were just talking numbers. Schrader, Twite, now back across again. Twite, Shebeck, into the corner. Shebeck again. Silvertips moving the ball nice and fast around the outside. Colin, up high. Twite fires. Low and in front. Recovered by Clark. Now Colin has it once again. Twite with it. Down the right side. Getting it right back is Twite. Twite, Clark. Working off the screen. In front, Colin fires that one. It's loose behind the net, but it'll be recovered by the Chill. Chill trying to push back up the floor. Heading the other way now. Thought he had a fast break, decided not to take it. Cameron Wallace deciding he didn't like that one either. Trying to push his way through, walking into a double team, plays through the contact. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wallace trying to waste as much time as possible and maybe find a little offense as well. Mondragon and Nickel trying to keep him outside, and they will, or with a last-second save there at the end of the shot clock. Nickel takes it over half, and he's going to pass this one off. Shebeck with it now. Shebeck, 35 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Or excuse me, not the shot clock, on the penalty clock. Shebeck, back over again, long shot. He's up blocked in front. Chill trying to recover. It'll be recovered instead by Shebeck. And the Silvertips keep their offense on the floor for the final 15 seconds of their power play. Shebeck, Montgomery. Newhook, Montgomery now. Back over once more to Twite. Newhook looks over to Montgomery now. Back over to Shebeck, who fires it wide right. And that'll do it for their power play. Ends up trying to hit the man out of the box, but the Silvertips defense was able to get out there fast enough to stop it. Back up high now. Brody DaCosta. DaCosta back across again to Bateman. Bateman taking his time. Down the right side we go. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pushing through, trying to find a lane. Long shot goes left of the net. It'll be recovered nearly by the Chill, but shot clock will go off, and I assume we'll see the Silvertips starting with the ball in the offensive zone. Although it does appear that we're going to see a penalty instead. Caius Adams, once again, is going to take a seat in the box. And if there's any good news from a penalty, at least we do know that he is okay, as he did go off with the trainer earlier. Now he's back on the floor, which is good to see at the very least. The Chill will get a power play here. I believe it'll be a legal cross-check is what I think I heard there. As they'll have it up high. Down the left side with it. Walks in, tries the fire, or makes the save, but sends it into the netting, and he's not too happy about it either. Picking it back up will be the Chill in the corner. Back up high, Wallace. Down the right side, that'll end up on the stick of Bannister. Wallace, Bannister. Down low, Sardison. Sardison tries to hit Wallace, who misses on it. And it'll end up back up high with Bannister. Bannister passes it over, firing that one, I believe, was Ethan Dumoulin. And this one will be picked up in the corner now by the Tips. Fuster taking it over center. It'll end up going down the right side. Shebeck with it in the corner. He's going to take his time, waiting to see if he can make something here. Running out of shot clock. Passes it over with a shot on goal. Cole Twite. But that'll do it for that rush, and now that she'll get their offense back on the floor with a power play. Still 40 seconds remaining in it. Back up high now, Cameron Wallace. Passing it to Bannister, back to Wallace again. Bannister down into the corner, up high, down low. Sardison firing or scrambles. Did he get on top of it? He did, keeping it out of the net. Or with a nice save. Isaac Nickel now taking it over center. Quentin Fredrickson, I believe, giving that one over. Nickel over to Montgomery. Montgomery down the right side. 5-second shot clock. He fires a long shot that I believe missed left, and that will end up being recovered and put into the corner for the Chill. Up high, DaCosta sends it to the corner. Trying to set something up here. Bannister. Bannister into the right corner. Back up high again. DaCosta. Down low. Kohut pushing his way through into the slot. Fires and scores. What a blast from Brett Kohut. An absolute missile of a shot from Kohut there. Puts the Chill back up by 7. Face off one down into the Silvertips zone. They'll end up getting launched back over center. And we'll see some pushing and shoving there. We'll see who ends up going off, as Orr was running towards the Tips bench, and I think the Chill will get a penalty here. Penoyer is going to take a seat for the Chill. I believe it'll be an illegal cross-check here, if I heard that right. So the Silvertips will get a power play. And they need all the offense they can get. Twite with it up high to Shebeck, back to Twite. Twite charging through the lane, putting that one right on goal. Easton Martin makes a nice save. Passing this one up. It'll end up stolen back by Nickel and sent down the right side. Colin, Schrader. Back to Twite again. Down the right side now. Up high. Twite. Over to Shebeck. Up high once more. Long shot, firing that one left. Cullen on the side. Hit Schrader down the middle. He'll put it on goal, but another save by Martin. Over center. Charging down the lane. Trying to find a man on the fast break, but they'll end up slowing things down instead. Cameron Wallace forced into the corner, trying to avoid a double team, but it'll be given back to the Silvertips, who have to go into the corner to pick it up. With it back up high. Down the left side. Back to Montgomery. Montgomery all the way across. Tries to hit Twite. It'll end up bouncing back into the zone and stolen back by Brett Holt. Holt charging over centered. Down the left side. Pushing his way all the way around the net. Putting it all the way back up at the top on the stick of Ethan Dumoulin. Down the right side, the Chill go. Dumoulin sending it all the way back up to Bateman. Bateman. Dumoulin. Dumoulin down the right side now. Bannister trying to do it all himself. Diving shot, but Orr will stop it. Handing this one off as we're going to end up seeing, I think, Newhook taking this up the floor. Newhook over to Clark. Clark now charging in, putting it low and scoring. Graydon Clark with a huge goal for the Silvertips, bringing them back within 6. As we'll get ready for another face-off here. Adams getting ready to take on Boyce Jolie. Dumoulin. As the Chill will slow things down now. Back over once again to Bateman. Bateman. Cross once more. Dumoulin now. Inside. He'll shoot. Or will somehow keep that out of the net. It ended up behind him. He might have taken a swat at it afterwards. It'll end up back up high. Brunson. Down the right side, Caius Adams. Over to Cullen now. Cullen down the right side. 15-second shot clock. Pushing his way up, Schrader. Over to Newhook. Inside, has Twite. He'll put it on goal, but he won't beat Martin. It's loose back up high again as the Chill try and run it out. Down the left side, he has a lane, trying to push his way through, spinning all the way on goal, but that'll be another save by Orr. Hudson James trying to recover it. It'll be picked back up by the Chill, and they'll get their offense out there. Bannister all the way across onto the sticks of Baxter Graff, who fires it low. Nearly picked up by Wallace, or will dive on top of it and stop that one. The Silvertips slowly bring this one back over center. It'll be down the right side, pushing his way in. Shebeck with the shot. As it looks like we'll get a quick timeout here. And a chance to tell you a little bit about one of our sponsors for this entire season in the Battle of the Border. Battle of the Border is back this September in Missoula, Montana. Tour the beautiful University of Montana campus. Learn about the Grizz Lax program and full ride scholarships available for Canadians, all while taking part in the annual North vs. South Box Lacrosse Tournament. Learn more today by following us on Instagram at Battle of the Border Lax. Starting with the ball will be the Silvertips, I do believe. Although, now that I'm saying that, I'm noticing that the vast majority of the players are on the Silvertips side of the floor, so I may not be right on that one. Yep, it does look like the Chill will start with it. Seven minutes remaining in the third period here. Chill have more or less run away with it as the Silvertips continue to run out of time here. Bateman down the left side, trying to find a cut man in Wallace, decides not to send it to him. So he'll slow things down. 10 seconds still remaining on the shot clock. Pushing their way in, walking in, missing on the behind-the-back pass as Mondragon goes into the corner to pick it up. Fuster walking it over center, passes this one over to Shebeck, who takes it in the corner. Cross inside, Clark trying to pick that one up, and they'll end up fighting for it in the corner now. Down the right side, Chill with it. Taking it over center. DaCosta. He'll have it, runs by two defenders, jukes out a third, throwing it across as the Chill get the rest of their offense out there. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock as they need to do something quick here. On the right side, fires a long shot, good save by Orr and recovered by the Chill. On the far left side here. It'll end up back up high. Down in the corner. Looking for a teammate. Charging in is Dumoulin, who walks in and fires but puts it over the net. Recovered by Hudson James, I believe. Or excuse me, I think that'll be Myris with it, who sends a long pass over to Brunton. Silvertips. Colin with it up high. All the way across here to Newhook. It'll end up getting shot into the air and launched into the offensive zone. Chill will finally recover it before giving it right back to the Silvertips. Newhook with it, back up to Schrader. Schrader loads up and fires, but it'll be Chill ball after that as they'll bring it up the floor. Holt sends a long pass. Bannister is alone in front. He'll shoot. He'll score. Cash Bannister with number 13 of the night for the Chill. Kenny down the right side, pushing in, putting it on goal, but that'll be another save by Orr. Back behind the net, we'll see Fuster picking it up. Passing it back up high. Mondragon bobbles it, and it'll be stolen back by the Chill. Now down the left side they go. Up high once again. Charging down the left side, Cameron Wallace pushing towards the goal. Passes it across, he'll shoot, but that'll be stopped. On the other side now, Shootcat with another, or with a great save on that one. And it'll be taken back over center by Fuster. Silvertips trying to get a little bit of offense there. Schrader putting that one into the net on the behind-the-back shot. As we'll see the Chill head the other direction. Walking it over center now. Penoyer. Handing this one off as it ends up with Bateman. Bateman up high and down the right side. Passing it in right in front. Now heading the other way, Nickel trying to take advantage of the fast break, but he'll have to slow things right on down and wait for his teammates to get back on the floor. Ends up with Shebeck, or excuse me, Nickel still had it, and he had the he got the shot off. The Tips with it once more. 10-second shot clock. Down the right side. Clark passing it across, ends up outside. Montgomery fires, blocked right in front. And it'll be a shot clock, or excuse me, not a shot clock violation since it went off a Chill player. Back up high once again. Schrader passing it up to Montgomery. Right in front. Down low. Nickel with the shot on that one. It'll be passed the other way. Empty net for the Silvertips, but the Chill will decide not to take it. And it'll be passed back down the right side. Jacob Orr back in between the pipes for the Silvertips. 2 minutes remaining here. It'll be in front, pushing his way in. But I don't think he got the shot off, and the ball ends up back up high and recovered by the Chill. Sardison is going to waste a little bit of clock here. Down the right side, into the corner. Dumoulin passing it back up. He'll end up losing it. 5-second shot clock. Passing it back up high again with a long shot. But the Chill will be able to hold on to it since they hit the goal. Empty net for the Chill here. As I believe there's a penalty being called on the Silvertips, so it's 6-on-5. Grayson Bateman with it. Up high now. In front. Being passed into the corner. Nickel finally touches up, and we're going to see the penalty called on the Silvertips. Looks like Isaac Nickel is going to sit here. We'll wait for confirmation on what the call is. Just a minute remaining here. The Chill up 13-6. It's probably safe to say that the nail is already in the coffin for this one. With it up high, Bannister. He's going to hold on to it. And down the right side they go. Sardison. Back to Bannister. Wallace now. Bannister again. Bannister fires it low or with the save, and it'll be recovered by Sardison. Roughly 6 more seconds on the game clock than the shot clock. As the crowd here, of which has plenty of Chill fans, serenade their players for putting on an excellent performance here on Game 1. Sending one last shot into the boards. And it'll be picked up by the Silvertips back behind the net. And they'll just run down the clock as the Chill pick up Game 1 in a massive win for the Calgary Chill. They now get the chance to win the series potentially back at home in the Brentwood Sportsplex. And you can't do it much more dominantly than that either, as I believe they led for the entire game there, winning 13-6. As I believe the next game will be on Sunday, if I remember correctly. I'd have to double check that for you, but regardless, it will be in Brentwood, so that won't be on CROW LAX for you, unfortunately. But if there is a Game 3, make sure to return here, as we will be right back with you for what would be an excellent game. But regardless, thank you so much for joining me here today. I've been Simon Shaskovsky. Make sure to have yourself a good night.